Are you scared of a lonely death? Are you scared of a lonely death?
Wow, this is a very strong question.
So, first question. Are you single because no one wants you?
The only reason that I've been single is, or I choose to be single, is to take care of my physically challenged brother. He was a normal kid like any one of us, and about 3.5 years old, then only we found out that he's suffering from cerebral palsy and all that due to some fits. So both my parents has passed on very early, in the young age. That made me even more closer to him and give him the best.
How old were you when your parents passed and you had to really take on
Oh, the full role.
the full role? Yeah.
I think I was only about 25. Yeah, and of course, I had to forego a lot of my dreams. I always wanted to get married, and I always wanted to have 2 children. I was in a very long-term relationship, almost like a 5 years kind of a journey and all that. You are giving everything to your brother, and how am I going to, marry you and all that? Because at the end of the day, your intention or your motivation is only your brother. It's not the family and all that.
For me, because of society's expectation, that also became my perspective of myself, that relationships are never meant for me as someone with a disability, because others don't see me as a prospect, a person to be in a relationship with. Will it feel like I'm a burden to the person or their family because I will have my physical needs as well? I think, Suresh, you will resonate very much with that as well, because there are certain things I do need support with physically as well. So oxygen support and also a breathing machine that I use when I sleep as well. So I also use different mobility aids to get around, because walking around is more tiring. And I also never saw myself as a woman because of the way that I grew up. I went to the hospital so often that I felt that I was a medical specimen.
For me, I'm single because I am aro-ace. At some point, I went to a polyclinic. Once they got to know I'm aro-ace, they were like, "What? What's that?" Somehow she had diagnosed me with psychosexual dysfunction. I was so confused and quite upset because that is on my medical record. I didn't think there was anything wrong with me per se. I knew that I was different, but I don't think that is wrong. An asexual person is someone who has little to no sexual feelings, attraction towards any gender, and aromantic is little to no romantic attraction to any gender as well. When people were having crushes and things like that, I couldn't really understand the concept. And I think one of the most important moments for me was when I was in secondary school and I ran into a conflict with a certain person, and I felt like everyone around me started to project their ideals onto me, because to them it's that kind of romantic trope of enemies to lovers type of thing. I think it got so bad that every time I saw that person, I would get a panic attack. And then I think from the outsiders, they would be like, "That's called butterflies in your stomach."
But why were you confused?
Because growing up, I was always bullied. I didn't have the best confidence. So I think whenever people said something, I kind of had more faith in them than in myself.
I'm single because I've chosen this life, this religious life as a Franciscan friar. A lot of people know what sisters are or nuns are. So in a way, I'm a male version of that lah. Yeah, I'm a male sister. In Singapore, we have about 25 Franciscan friars.
Oh.
I felt that through my own experience of encountering God, that naturally got me to start thinking and asking myself, then how can I love God back? So I came across the Franciscan friars. Building up community in my church was a big thing for me, and it resonated very strongly with the Franciscans.
Is it because you were pretty much very lonely when you were younger and all that, or was it like something triggered you to be where you are now?
Not really. I did envision myself actually having a relationship much younger and having a family. There is also this sense of maybe envy and, like, oh wow, that would be nice, right? To be where they are, have a wonderful girlfriend. But I think for me, what I have put as priority or as something greater for me is God's call for me.
How have the people around you seen this decision that you have made?
Wow, there are mixed views. There are people who kind of wonder, because this seems to be something that is very restrictive.
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah. For me, in my life, what I have vowed to do as a vowed religious is very similar to someone getting married. That they have vowed their life to a significant other. They can still play football, they can still go overseas, and they can still do whatever work.
So are you a same person when you're wearing this or wearing a normal clothes? Are you the same
Oh,
person?
I'm the same person. I'm very much the same person.
This is like sometimes people have a different
like different persona.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
No. I'm the same guy. It's actually not as mystical as it looks. I try to normalize it. That living this religious life is not as scary as society or people might think. But I live a very normal life in terms of everyone's normal life in a way. It's just that I made a special decision. Did you ever feel left behind?
So I felt like I always had to catch up with people physically. One very memorable incident was in primary school, and that was when I realized I was different from others, was when my classroom was on the 4th floor. My classmates have all gone up to the classroom, and I was just still alone in the staircase trying to make my way up, really breathless with my heavy backpack, and no one else noticed as well. People somehow may not know how to approach me or may not want to befriend me because I look different. Through life, seeing friends, peers getting married, having relationships, even though we graduated from the same school, it seems like we are the sort of same human being, yet such different lives. In Singapore, we go through this system, right? Like, it's a milestone after milestone, and you have to kind of evolve into that. But when you're not in that, it seems like, okay, something is wrong with you here, right?
Especially when that's the norm of the society, for everybody to kind of get married and hit that milestone of marriage and then, start a family. And so for me, leaving behind the ability to be able to enter into those exclusive relationships can feel painful, and it feels down at times, like, oh, very sian, like, oh man. But also, in a way, I don't feel that I've been left behind also, because the journey that I'm on is a very exciting journey. This tension, not having what others have, but also having something very special and unique.
I think that's part of the human experience.
Yeah.
That's part of being human. So to me, I don't think I lose out, and I'm at a point where I recognize that, like, one, I'm aro-ace, and I also don't want to force myself to conform just for the sake of conforming. So it's all about how do you move on, how do you continue.
You guys have something that you can always think that you can reach your hand out there. But for me is, if I'm going to reach out there, I have to think twice because I have someone behind. Do I still look forward for a marriage? No, because of my choice. I've been left out behind, like, from the childhood days because I have to clean my brother, I have to bring him to school. And do I have a chance to play in the playground? No, never. Whenever I see children playing, I always ask myself, I should have been there once, right? Even before coming over here, I even cried. I even asked myself, I was like, why have I have to go through this? Why this life? My parents are not here. So I have to take the role of being someone.
Did you ever felt resentment towards your brother?
Well, I've never felt that way. The only reason is because I chose it, right? And of course, what did he do? He didn't do anything wrong. I mean, end of the day, he didn't choose his life. I chose mine.
Any one point that you ever felt that resentment towards your brother or even your parents, right? Your mom.
Oh yeah, parents, I would say yes. I was angry with my parents because they should have done their duties as parents. Another reason why I don't want to get married to have children now is I don't want to make the same mistake as my parents did. And I don't want my son or daughter to feel angry with me for something that I've provided or can't provide them and all that.
Even though there's this sense of like losing out, left behind, but there are things that only in our position we can see, that others cannot. You know, it's given us a bit more maybe awareness or empathy or understanding that others don't have.
And others don't understand.
And others don't understand.
Dun, 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 dun. What if you fall in love?
Wow.
At this point of time, the only and one love that I have is my brother. I was at my cousin's wedding actually, so I was literally helping him on the stage, helping my cousin on the stage, and my brother was looking at me. He started crying. He thought I'm going to get married. And then when I said, no, I promise you, marriage is something that I will never ever go through until he's around. Of course, if you ask me will I fall in love with someone in the future, only time can answer that. I have a question for you. Have you loved anyone?
Have I loved anyone? Yes, I have loved many people.
Okay.
Are you asking when I have joined or like before?
Before.
Before, oh yes, definitely.
And after?
And after also, yes. Yeah, not easy though.
I know how it feels. Yeah, it's not easy. Of course, when we chose something, we want to stick by that, right?
That's right. But I also have free will. So I get to make a decision of how I want to express this love to the people that I fall in love with. So I need to kind of be conscious about my actions and about my words and just be reminded of my commitment. Really, there's so much goodness also in marriage. But whether you need romantic love to be fulfilled, I don't think so.
There are some aro-ace people who actually do want to get married and have children. They can be in a relationship together without that romantic sense. That also takes a lot of negotiation, a lot of trust, and a lot of compassion as well. I think it is okay for aro-aces to still crave like relationships or marriage. At one point, I was like watching or reading like romance stuff, trying to like understand the perspective of the character being in love, being like, I don't understand this. Is this what I want? In terms of the romantic sense or the physical sense, no, I won't. Sometimes to me, friendships can go like even deeper than like romantic love because there's no expectation for you to like get married with your friends and have kids with your friends.
There's different types of love, ma. Care and love and friendship.
Recently, I was just at a funeral of a friend in the community, and I could see how much that love has transcended beyond just that romantic love. And when we all come together and share our lives, I think that's where love is also being exchanged. And I think also learning to love ourselves so that we can also extend that love to others has been something really important that I've come to discover as well in my own personal journey. In the context of a romantic relationship, it will be a wonderful thing have someone to share life with in a different way.
Guys, it's a hint for you guys. So when you see her in an airport or bus stop or whatever,
Or cafe.
or cafe, yeah, so please approach her, right?
Okay, now I'm getting a bit scared. Be careful with what you wish for. I did have some crushes that turns out to be that I just also held back that feelings as well. And of course, you know, I've seen people getting into relationship and wondering whether it's ever my turn.
I hope that you find happiness, whether that's with someone or by yourself. But of course, if you are looking for someone to have a mutual connection with. I hope that happens for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Are you scared of a lonely death? Are you scared of a lonely death?
Wow, this is a very strong question. I wish to die with my brother. If the God says, today I'm going to take you off, I'm going to ask for an extra wish. Can I have my brother with me? And this has been, sorry. And this has been ongoing in my mind for the longest time actually. So, I'm sorry for crying.
No, it's okay.
So, I mean, I can be a joker, I can be an entertainer, I can be a good brother and all that, but these are the emotional baggage that I've been carrying since being a caregiver. So,
I would say at this moment, in the past it's 100% yes, but now it's a yes and a no, because I've been learning to come to befriend death as well. One day, my parents would pass away, my sibling would have their own families as well, my extended family, like what would happen to me. I was really afraid of that. But I'm still surrounded by people who love me, and there will be someone by my side at the end of my life, yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, I was very, very fearful of death. And it took a while for me to like come to terms with it. Growing up, my dream has always been to like live in a house with a bunch of friends, like to the end of life. And even now, like when I think about like my future, like accommodation, well, if we are gonna move out, maybe we can just like rent a bigger flat so that like a bunch of us can like live together. We can grow old together in that sense.
can I join you?
Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
Okay, what's your secret to living your fulfilling life?
Well, my secret is God, which is not much of a secret. I think for me, it's having meaningful encounters with people. So for today, it's you.
Oh.
Yeah, so that I can actually give love, but also be able to receive love, to think about something, learn something new, open my mind in a different way, broaden my perspective.
Like what you said, I think it's about time for me to receive love as well. I want to get back the love, and I foresee myself walking to the journey where I can get peace, meeting wonderful, beautiful souls. I think that might change my life, or maybe something that I may look upon on.
You know, Suresh, like having heard your story, I can confidently say that you have received love from your brother. Maybe subconsciously on that end, also receiving the love that he gives to you, that pure love.
After talking to you guys, right, I realized, hey, I think I'm missing out a lot. Look for the right friends who can be there for you and all
Or
those
the right
kind of things.
support, really, because sometimes the people that you think are closest to they may not be equipped to support you in the right way as well. I seek professional support because I just really wanted that third person who doesn't know me and able to give that very objective perspective, but yet give that space and see you for who you are, which allows us to live that fulfilling, meaningful life and to serve and share what we have been given to others as well. Yeah.
Yeah, how would you want to be remembered, and is there a message you want to leave behind?
I would say that I would like others to remember how they felt when interacting with me, that they felt better about themselves, they felt uplifted, seen and heard for who they are.
For me, to live a fulfilling life is to, first, I want to make life worth living. I've always wanted to make my own manga. I've always wanted to make like art projects promoting acceptance, promoting mental health. If I can teach para karate, like karate adjusted for disabled or disadvantaged people, that would be really amazing to me. Like, I don't think I'll make a very big impact, but I would love to at least make some impact.
You see, everyone is special in their own way, and you don't need to doubt on that. I believe you can impact.
You're right, everyone has that gift that they can give to the world.
Everyone is different, everyone has their own journey, And for example, like me being aro-ace, that is just one part of my identity. Like, don't be so quick to judge people that are different from you. Everybody has their own life. Everyone has their own struggles. Life is tough enough. Don't make it tough on other people by adding to it. Kindness and like respect goes a really long way. Yeah.